plus. I call her property mama. That's yeah, Madam Oshobukola. So in the past few weeks, we've been trying to look at different ways of investing in real estate, and we call it the investment with clarity session. We called it investment with clarity session, and we just said part of what we try to do is that yes, no particular investment. Let me start from the very last one. We try to make it. We emphasize the fact that no investment is totally bad, right? No investment is totally bad, especially if all it takes is that number one, you need to understand what you are investing in. That's number one. Secondly, you need to know why are you investing. In fact, that is the primary thing. Why are you investing? Why you are investing is what will determine the vehicle you use for your investment. In the last session, we talked about stocks and shares, like property mama. We talked about stocks and shares. We talked about cryptocurrency. We talked about rental property. We talked about and we talked about investment in real estate using a buyback option. And we emphasized the fact that I remember, I was trying to remember that we talked about 5 different ones. The 5th one we talked about fixed deposits and savings. You know, fixed deposits and savings, number one, in that one, you are sure that your money is there. But the issue with fixed deposits and savings is that the returns on fixed deposits and savings, more often than not, is usually lower than inflation. We talked about cryptocurrency. That's digital money. You can see the money on, most times you see the money, how it is going up in the digital space, but it can equally crash the same way it has gone up. We talked about rental property or stocks and shares. Stocks and shares, yes, you are sure of what you are bringing in, but you are not sure of your exit date. You are not sure of how long your money will be there, right? That's the issue with stocks and shares. For if you are somebody who wants to invest for the long term, fantastic. Stocks and shares are good for you. But if you are somebody who wants to be sure of what you are going to get, who wants to be sure of how long you are going to be in the investment, that is where we brought in the real estate buyback option. We've talked about the theories in these past weeks, but today I'm sure there will be somebody on this call who will be wondering, how exactly does this work? So we want to take it beyond, okay, so far we'll say, okay, you trust the person who is telling you, trust meaningful realtors, or meaningful realtors will not scam us, they are sure of what they are doing. But beyond the trust, we are bringing in this evening somebody who does it, who runs the project, who is going to tell us how exactly it works, the nitty-gritty, how you are going to benefit, how this makes a lot more benefit. Don't let me say a lot more sense, because like we said, we are good at everything is okay. How this makes a lot more benefit for you if you are the kind of person who wants to plan your income, who wants to be sure that inflation is not eroding the value of your money. He will tell you how it works. And just now we'll be going on. Mr. Wasiu Sonekan, an executive director in Xylos Group, and the president, Real Estate Cashback Cooperative, is with us on this call, and we'll be taking some questions. He's going to tell us how the product runs, and afterwards we'll take some questions. Incidentally, our paid Zoom link did not work. Just in case somewhere along the line the link throws you out, please, I plead with you, and we are not done yet. Kindly reconnect, I beg you. You will enjoy this session, and at the end of this session, you will be able to make a decision. So before we go ahead, I just want to reintroduce myself. If you are meeting me for the first time, my name is Segun Shonowo, but in the virtual space, you can simply refer to me as Mr. Meaningful. Proudly so, and you can say it there. And beyond just what I call myself, they call me the only meaningful man in the real estate industry. That's what they call me, and I'm not shy to take that. I accept it. Yeah. Any other Mr. Meaningful in this real estate industry, they say is counterfeit. There's only one Mr. Meaningful, and that's me. So welcome. I'm one of the partners. Yeah, I'm one of the principal partners at Meaningful Realtors, where we run a partnership of real estate advisory. We have a combined financial service experience of over 4 decades, right? So when we talk to you, when we tell you that when we say we are doing financial advisory for you, we're talking from an angle of experience. I have been in banking. My partner has been in finance fully. She's the chartered accountant. She has been fully, in fact, a fellow chartered accountant precisely. She's been in this space for over 2 decades as well. I have been here for over 2 decades. Combined, we have over 4 decades of financial services experience. So we are talking to you from an angle of experience. But more importantly, our vehicle for our advisory vehicle is real estate. So when we say we're doing real estate advisory, we have a vehicle, particular vehicle that we're using, and that's real estate. So I want to give the room at this point to Mr. Wasiu Sonekan. I'll play with him if he's in a location to show his video. We'd like to see his face. I've done an introduction of Mr. Wasiu Sonekan. I call him Alaji. Yeah, he's an executive director with Xylos Group. Xylos Group. Well, anyway, let me just allow him to do that. But let me just say a bit about Xylos. He's going to tell us a bit more about Xylos Group in the course of his conversation. Xylos Group is a group of companies comprising of subsidiaries, including homes and properties. They have, I used to know they have a logistics company. Xylos Group has an asset management company. They have a microfinance bank, and that is to give you an idea of the organization that you're working with and who we are bringing on board. Is a man who is making time out of his very busy schedule. I know it can be very busy. Not just an executive director, he is the president of the Real Estate Cashback Cooperative, which is the body that actually manages the fund that he's going to talk to us about. And with a round of applause, I want to welcome on board Mr. Wasiu Sonekan. Thank you very much, Mr. Wasiu. Thank you for honoring this call at a very short notice. We gave him a very short notice, but he's a man that is prepared all the time. So welcome, sir. Welcome, Alaji. Welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you.
Good evening, the Meaningful Realtors.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Shegun and Mrs. Yetunde. Good
Thank
evening, everyone on this call. Thank you very much for having me. And it's been a good time. It's a good time to be here discussing real estate investment, the real estate buyback, the real estate co-ownership, whatever name people have given it to it. The simple way to put it is real estate investment. Because if you look at those people in the regulated environment, they call it real estate investment trust. So people have given it different names. But in simple term, it is just real estate investment. Investing in real estate. So this evening, I believe that the principal partners in the Meaningful Realtors, they would have shed a lot of light on real estate investment, real estate buyback, real estate co-ownership, and the likes. So this evening, what I would basically be doing is to do a practical approach, give us a practical approach and into what real estate investment is. So before I do that, I would introduce our company. The name of our company is Xylos Group International. We have been in operation for about 8 years, and we have developed 5 estates that people are currently living and occupying, and then we have also delivered more than 20 site and service estates, all spread across all over Nigeria. So it means that in total we have more than 25 estates that we have developed and then we have delivered to our clients. Right? So now, one thing that stands out in our real estate journey is the enormous success that our company has recorded within the short period of time that we started operation, right? So our company, we have only operated for about 8 years, and then I mentioned we have about 25 estates. So how has this been possible? It is through the power of real estate investment. When you look at real estate as a business, you would realize that real estate is a capital intensive business. Regardless of how wealthy or how rich you are, one thing remain constant. It is the fact that you need to raise funds to do your business. That is the truth. That is the truth that nobody can shy away from. Even those that are not in real estate business, everybody find one way or the other to use other people's money to do their business. In fact, when you look at those people that are selling small products by the roadside, you realize that they obtain loan from microfinance bank, from different institutions and all of those things. So, but for a real estate business, what kind of financing option best suits the real estate business? Because a lot of people can have it in mind that, okay, these people that are doing real estate business, that are doing real estate cashback, real estate buyback, why are they not obtaining loan from the bank? Why are they not getting commercial paper? Why are they not getting this and that? Ignoring the nature of that business, as well as ignoring the duration it takes to obtain a loan. So all of those things we are going to be discussing this evening, and we're going to be discussing how real estate investment, the real estate cashback, best suits real estate business. So now, real estate cashback has helped our company to jointly with our investor acquire properties in choice location where even when you are extremely rich, you would not be able to buy that property individually. We have been able to buy such property by virtue of our real estate investors. So there is one thing that we need to understand, that to do real estate, as I mentioned earlier, it is capital intensive. So it therefore means that you not need to look at the financing option that is available. When you look at loan, for example, like this, when you want to obtain a loan from a bank or anywhere, what is important is that they will ask you for your collateral, maybe your building or a land or something. And this landed property, the entire document is going to be with the lending institution. It therefore means that if you dare, number one, you have not bought the property, you want to tell me how it is going to be possible for you to have a collateral, a title document that you are even going to give to the financial institution in the first place. So that makes it difficult. Let's now say you are able to switch talk the seller to give you the original document so that you can use it to obtain the loan. And when you obtain the loan, you pay the seller and you have done that transaction, and the original document will now be with the bank or the lending institution. Now, by the time you want to sell that property, because you need to sell that same property to pay back the loan that you have obtained, your buyers, you are selling to them a property that is a secondary collateral with a bank or with that institution. And if you are meeting an informed buyer, those that can go to different lengths to do investigation, especially if you are patronizing somebody like a meaningful realtor now, by the time they carry out their search on that property, they will realize that you have used that document as a secondary collateral somewhere, and so you will not be able to sell the property. So this makes it impossible for you to even obtain loan in the first place to do the transaction. So the issue of raising loan cannot even come up when you want to develop a property, because if you do so, it means that you are operating in an unethical way, and in a way that it will be extremely difficult for you to sell that property. I know that some real estate company may be doing that, maybe they have a way of hiding it, all of those things, but the truth is that it is unethical and it is not sustainable, right? And then when you mention commercial paper, it is even about 270 days is the maximum number of days you can get when real estate that's minimum within 1 year is what you're supposed to obtain. So a lot of other financing options cannot work with real estate, and that was where we were able to look at it that, okay, if this is the case now, let us find a way to bring people to jointly own this property with us. So let us say, for example, we want to buy a property of about 1 billion naira, and that property, we have, let's say the company has about 500 million or 600 million. on ground as their own equity. So I can bring like 10, 20 investors together and say, you give me 30 million, or give me 20 million. And they will put it together and we'll have 1 billion. By the time I have that 1 billion, I will pay it to the owner. Now, those people, their own investment security will now be a portion of that property that we have bought that amount to cover them. So if they are giving me 20 million, I will just look for it. How much am I selling one plot or half plot? So I will just carve out like a 300 square meter for you. I will prepare a deed of agreement and say, so by virtue of your investment with me, you are entitled to 300 square meter of land in this particular location, and by virtue of that, I am supposed to pay you so percentage profit from these sales at the end of the period, and then all of those things. So we now realize that we have been able to package a loan without going to a bank. So if you want to see it that way, it's all good. Then you can see it as doing business together with us to share part of our profits. So basically, what I am saying is that we are in this business to partner with you as an investor to make profit. And so basically, that is how real estate cashback work. Real estate cashback or buyback means that you want to invest in real estate, and we are guaranteeing you that your money is going to come back after 12 months. So what that means is that separate from when you do business with somebody and the person can say after 1 year, I have not sold the property, I have not, no. Because we also have equity investment in that particular transaction. So even if it means for us to wait, right, for the next 1 year or additional 6 months to recoup our own fund, we'll be able to wait. But what is important is that you are the investors, you would have been able to sell that portion of property that can pay you back your capital and your profit within that period of time that we promised you. So for me, I would say that real estate investment, that is how we have been able to use real estate investment to do multiple projects. And we are talking about more than 20 projects. And we are talking about more than 5,000 clients, 5,000 investors that have partnered with us. And so if you care to know, you want to go online, you want to go to anywhere to search for Zelos, for real estate cashback, cooperative investment, or maybe there is any default or any crisis, you can go ahead and do that. We don't have one single person that is aggrieved, that is annoyed, that has not been paid is of our own capital and returns. This is the extent to which we are genuine. Because I usually say our company monitor trend. We monitor what is going on within the economy. Now, if you look at Nigerians generally, we don't used to obey the law of gravity. In Nigeria, when things go up, we don't believe that it's supposed to come down. When prices of products go up, in Nigeria, it's difficult for us to bring the price down. When the rate of return on investment goes up, in Nigeria, our investors don't want it to come down. Now, we have strictly and absolutely ignored all of the movement in the economy, which is not supposed to be. So what we do is we monitor trend, we monitor cost, we check our profit, we check our back end, we check our underlying assets, their ability to continue to generate profit, and we continue to update our investors and our sales team, right? So for me, I would say that in short, that is how real estate cashback work. And the entry point is for you to make a decision that you want to buy the property, and whenever you are ready to exit, it means that usually within a period of 12 months, you have maturity, and then you can give us instruction of a total payout. If we pay you totally, you have exited the real estate investment system, and then you continue to, decide whether to do business with us or, to do something else with your money, right? So our company is legally structured, and we have operated it like a cooperative. So because when you are doing a business, you need to create a legal structure for it. So what we have done is to operate it like a cooperative where people put their money together to do business of real estate. Imagine you bring your money, we bring our money, we put it together, buy landed property, develop the property, and sell it. That is something that is similar to cooperative. So we now decide that let's just register a cooperative. Can you hear me?
We can hear you clearly.
Okay, good. So we now decided that let us register cooperative where people can partner together to do real estate business. So that is basically the legal structure behind real estate cashback, and we have been compliant with all of those things. So at the moment we have different investment opportunities that we have in Lagos. At the moment we are developing Bolton Heights in Lekki Phase 1. We have not opened investment on that project. At the moment we're also developing Chrisland Estate. You will be one of the first set to hear that in Chrisland Estate bungalows are coming up very, very soon. At the moment, we're even building sample units of those bungalows. We're doing a lot of development work. All of this development, all of this investment is done through our real estate investors, real estate partners. So those are the opportunities that we have. You have the opportunity to invest in Chrisland Estate development. At the moment, we have invested not less than 5 billion on that project, just to ensure that we deliver as promised to those that are going to eventually buy the project, right? So basically that is that. So
thank you
we
very
can have
much.
individuals, we can have companies, we can have different people from different sectors to partner with us, and they are going to be able to make profit at the end of the year. So thank you very much. I would expect that you have questions on areas that I have not touched, and I'll be able to respond to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Wasiu. Can we give Mr. Wasiu a round of applause? Can we give me a round of applause? Can we give Mr. Wasiu a round of applause? I'm sure we appreciate that which he has given to us within this very short period. I can't see our responses. Thank you. Can we give? Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for those who are responding. Yes. Quickly, while we wait for those who have questions, you can drop your question in the chat box, or you can indicate by raise of hand if you have a question. You can indicate by raise of hand if you have a question. But quickly, let me ask Mr. Wasiu. Now, I'll ask about 2 or 3 questions together. Now, if I come in as an investor, what do I have as a backup for my investment? That's number 1. What do I have as a backup for my investment? That's number 1. Number 2, what do we have any? What you said, you've not opened investment for Bolton Heights. I know time will not afford us to be able to tell us nitty-gritty about what is Bolton Heights, what is this, but these are different projects. Bolton Heights is a multi-story building apartment in Lekki Phase 1, in the heart of Lekki Phase 1. For those who follow me, you probably would have seen that on my status in the past few, in a couple of days back. But what is the current rate of your investments currently? I know you tried insinuating it. You can give us a trend, what it has been like, and what is the current rate, why it came to that. You want to tell us this briefly? And please, I am appealing to us once again, for all those of us who are connected. Please, I am appealing. In case this session gets cut off, just log in with the same link. I am sorry. I tried reconnecting our paid Zoom line, but we couldn't connect before and that was why we started a bit behind time. So please, in case it cuts off and you are still interested, which I believe you are, kindly reconnect. So Mr. Wasiu, the question again, what do I have as a backup for my investment? What is your current rate, or what has been your trend over the past period of time, and what's your current rate?
Okay, so at the moment, the security for our investment, I mentioned that when we jointly buy property together, the portion, let's say for example Chrisland Estate, if you partner with me with 20 million, if that property is selling for about 18 to 20 million, I will give you about 500 square meter of land as a security backup, and this is going to be stated in a deed of agreement that is going to be a legal agreement binding you and the company together, stipulating that this is the amount of money that you have invested towards Chrisland Estate, and this is the portion of land that has been given to you to hold on to as collateral within the period of investment. I usually state that deed of agreement is very similar to deed of assignment, because deed of assignment transfers the ownership of a property to you, and it states that you have bought it and then you are the owner for the rest. I mean, for as long as you have not sold it. Now, but for deed of agreement, it states that you have invested a certain amount of money, and that by virtue of your investment, the company has promised to pay you this money and a profit percentage back after a specific period of time, and that the company has allocated this portion of land to you in this estate that is located at so place. All of those details will be given, and it will be prepared by a legal team, and you are going to have a copy, and we will have a copy. So that is the security backup that you have by virtue of your investment with us. And when you mention what's it called, the current rate of return, our current rate of return is 30%. The current rate of return is 30% for all our new investors. So you want to invest with us, 30%. And I've had somebody say, GB, you said that real estate always appreciates and all of those things. Yes, real estate appreciates. It does not depreciate. That is the good thing. Right? If real estate depreciates now, we will not be talking of 30%. We'll probably be talking of what fixed income note is doing. Maybe like 18% or 19%. Right? Or maybe even 20%. So basically, real estate cashback is doing 30%, and it is still making you to stay afloat of inflation. Because at the moment, inflation is around maybe like 15 or 16%.
About 15.5% currently. About 15.5%.
15.5% at the moment. And now, real estate cashback is promising you return on investment of about 30%. So it means that even if inflation have influence on your money, you are still going to stay ahead of inflation by more than 15%. Right? So this is still an appreciation that you have. Because if real estate has depreciated truly, you would not be having even up to 30%. You probably will be having like 15-20%. Right? So basically, that is what that is the current rate of return. Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Wasiu. We appreciate you. So in case you have any question, can you just indicate by raise of hand, or if you want to unmute, you can unmute and ask your question in case you have any question. Let me check in the chat box. Okay, 30% per annum. I want to believe. Yeah, 30% per annum. 30% per annum. The name of the company, Michael Ola, is ZYLUS, Xylus. Like, okay, Monica is asking, like, how much can I invest as a beginner? You can start with as low as ₦1 million, which is not enough for you to buy any property around, and that is why it is called co-ownership. It's a fractional ownership scheme. You can start with as low as ₦1 million and with as high as ₦1 billion. Wasiu will not reject it if you give him ₦1 billion. In fact, he has projects that are waiting for your money. Am I correct, sir? Oh my God. Oh my God. So for those who are connecting with us on Facebook and Instagram live, yes, we are currently on our weekly webinar, and we will want to reconnect back with those on Zoom. We had a disconnection on Zoom. We're reconnecting back. So far, we've been talking about the real estate buyback or real estate co-ownership scheme, and today we brought in a developer who has been running this for a while. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much for hanging on. Yeah, how much can one invest as a beginner? Yes, Titilayo Nuku, you can start with as low as ₦1 million. Oh, sorry, I'm muted. You can start with as low as ₦1 million, Titilayo Nuku, and I hope that, I'm sure that answers the question for Monica as well. Yeah, you can start with as low. Oh God, reactivate Pro. We're off again. Sorry, pardon me. Okay, thank you for those who quickly reconnected. Let's just hang on so that everybody can be back here. Thank you very much, Daniel Dakoro, for reconnecting promptly. Please, let's just hang on a bit for those who might want to reconnect. And while we are waiting for them, okay, Monica is not here, Onuku is not here. I was addressing their questions before we got tripped off. Thank you, Elizabeth Latif. Elizabeth Latif, you've been postponing this thing for so long. Now that you have heard from the developer, I'm sure you make up your mind today. So this is nothing.
Yes,
For those who,
sir.
yeah, for those who were asking what's the spelling of this company, this particular company is one of the companies that we partner with. This is Xylos, or you spell it Z-Y, you call it Xylos or Xylos, we call it Z-Y. LUS. Yes, Adenike's iPhone. You can invest in this with as low as, okay, for real estate buyback, cashback, you can do 500,000 for a minimum period of 12 months, and you can get as much as 30% on your investment, as much as 30%. That's quite a sum. When you compare that to different other form of investments that we talked about last week, without wanting to go over what we already talked about last week. So okay, thank you very much for those who have Olufikayo. Thank you, Olutayo. Thank you. Yeah, I was waiting for Monica, and in case you still have questions, Mr. Wasiu has not been able to reconnect. In case you still have questions, you can reach me directly. I guess most of the people on this call got these the link for this meeting either through my direct line, either through the 0703 or the 2656. With either of the two that you got a call on, you can reach me, chat me up, and I'll be willing to give you more information on the real estate buyback or the co-ownership investment scheme. This is a guaranteed way of ensuring of helping you edge against inflation in the current climate. I tell you, you keep your money in the bank. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, like I told you, I used to be a banker. I did fixed deposit. I did a number of that. But currently, the current returns on fixed deposit is way lower compared to this, right? Mr. Wasiu has told you what your funds is put into. Mr. Wasiu has told you how the fund is managed. Mr. Wasiu has told you what they've been able to do with the funds so far, the different projects they've been able. I have clients who bought into, I have a client at least, a landlord in Xylos Court. Yeah, my client is in the diaspora. She has a property that is already tenanted. She has a tenant in that property, and incidentally, Meaningful Realtors manages that property for her. But that's also part of what we do. We also do property management. So this is not something that is a fluke. I had to bring in a developer to lend credence to what we've been discussing in the past few weeks. So I want to believe that by now your mind is already made up. You can easily decide that you want to do this. I remain yours always, Mr. Meaningful. You can always reach me on my number. I'll put the foreign the prefix +234 703 091 0000. That's my number that you can reach me on directly. That's my business line. The 265 is more like a personal line, so you can reach me on +234 091 0000. I have a couple of people on this call that I probably would have wanted to unmute and talk, but I would not want to disturb them. I can see Adenike's iPhone here. She would have been I'm sure she would like to say something. Mom, Grandma, would you want to say something? Would you want to say something? Let people hear us. Let's know that we are talking practical. Yes, ma'am. You want to talk, ma'am?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, ma'am.
God bless you.
Amen.
I am really happy I have the opportunity to be here finally this evening, and I've really enjoyed the talk from Mr. Wasiu, and I promise, God helping me, I'll try not to miss any of is it meetings? Can we call it meetings?
Yeah, it's a webinar. It's a weekly webinar.
I had the webinar going forward henceforth, because it's very educative, and I have quite a few questions, but I think I'll talk with you one-on-one.
Thank you very much.
Those questions, and I'm really excited anyway, because I want to learn a bit more about, I'm the one who put, can you explain these terminologies, but I think we can discuss that one-on-one. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Grandma. We're good to have you on the call. Any other person, does anybody still have a question you want to unmute and ask, or you want to drop it in the chat box, or you have a comment to make on these sessions so far? Next month, we'll be moving on to another topic, but this evening, we've been able to talk about, to bring on a developer to talk to us about the real estate buyback or the co-ownership investment scheme. Another word I can call it is the fractional ownership investment scheme, because you can do this in different other areas or use other different other vehicles. The fractional ownership thing can be used to buy a property, a fully built property that you can use. The group can use as for short let and things like that, So that's another way of investing, of having fractional ownership. But this time around, we've been able to say, yes, we want to do this through a developer. We put our monies together. We're coming in this particular period. I'm putting my money in by April 2026. If you check my WhatsApp status, somebody who put our money in April 22nd, 2025, the investment matured April 22nd, 2026. Immediately, she got her alert on April 23rd, 2026. Yeah, Mrs. Elizabeth is asking a question. And what's that question? It says, after the period of investment, one is no more interested. Is there the possibility of refund? I just answered your question. I will send you that the screenshot of that conversation with the client. She invested on April 22, 2025. Her investment matured on April 22, 2026. She got her alert, principal and interest, on April 23, 2026. Exactly as promised. So if it's not binding, you're not getting into something that anybody is holding you down. I have people who have done this investment. Yes, please, full payment. Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Sonekan, for confirming. I appreciate. You see, this thing, I didn't want to call people out, but people are bringing themselves out. Mr. Sonekan is here confirming. He has answered it there. He said, yes, please, full payment. You get full payment of your investment, principal and interest, no, without story. This is not the one that they will tell you, maybe next week, wait, we have bank issue. You know all those ways that they used to post people. They say, they have bank issue, bank app. No. Yesterday, 22nd, investment matured. Today, 23rd. I was still at home this morning, getting ready to leave. There when she sent me a message. I have received the alerts. And she told me, I can now tell other people. Another person is here confirming. Thank you very much, Auntie Shade. Thank you very much for confirming. Yeah, that's true. You get your money as promised when due. So, Meaningful Realtors is not trying to keep anything. And that's why we brought a developer, a practitioner on board to talk to you about this. Like I said, I'm very sure a lot more of you are convinced to do this. You can reach out to me. I'll definitely guide you through it. And it's a seamless process. Whether you are in Nigeria, one or two persons who have responded here, I don't want to call out names, are not even in Nigeria, and they have done this. I have been investing since 2021. I can't quit. That is since 2021. That's 5 years running, and she's saying she can't quit. That's Olufunke Oduyiga. These are not paid responses. Please, we are not paying anybody. I do this as well with my own fund. My money is in this investment, and I keep rolling it over and again, and I'm part of my, don't let me go too personal, but I'm also invested in this. So thank you once again for your time. We appreciate you. By the grace of God, next week will be another time. We'll be deciding then whether we want to bring in another developer to take on some. Maybe we'll just make it a complete question and answer session, or we'll just wrap up this session, use this to wrap up. Thank you, Madam Anne Oshubukola. Payment is done as at when due. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate everyone who has been complimenting, who has been, giving the confirmation to this that real estate co-ownership scheme is a scheme that works. It works. Nothing. They don't hold back your money. It works. Thank you very much. I appreciate you once again. I can't appreciate you enough for taking your time. Okay, Dakoro said he started investing last year. Okay. Oduyiga said, I invested on 20th of February 2025. I got my return and capital on February 20th, 2026. Yeah. Adebisi, Adesui, I have 100% trust in Mr. Meaningful, to the glory of God. Thank you very much, to the glory of God. All glory to God for that. Expecting return next month. This is reassuring. Thank you, everybody. And at this point, Yeah, we spent close to an hour here. We spent close to an hour. I mean, I really appreciate you. I feel like I told you when we started, I said I'm actually excited about this session, and I'm happy for all those who are confirming what Mr. Wasiu said and what Mr. Meaningful has been saying so far. What is now left for you? Please, if you have not yet decided, please reach out to Mr. Meaningful. He said I'll receive another one tomorrow by God's grace. Yes, so yes, reach out to Mr. Meaningful. Let's wrap this up. Like I said, the process is seamless. Whether you are in Nigeria or in the diaspora, it's seamless. If you want to call me, in case you don't have my number and you're on this call, possibly somebody forwarded the link to you. My number is +234 703 091 0000. Give me a direct call and we can take it off from there. Thank you and have a meaningful end of the week. Bye for now. Thank you. Thank you here for connecting. We appreciate you. Yeah. Thanks for connecting here. Apostolic Faith Church, Edinley. Thanks for